In today's global environment, teams need to be flexible, cross-functional, and able to access and mobilize global knowledge and resources. Teams form and divest, adapting to opportunities in the global environment. Even though these complex and dynamic teams are commonplace, we still don't have a thorough understanding of them and how they get global work done. To address this issue, we used Edmonson's teaming approach to study the dynamic nature of global teams in the complex matrix structure of a large multinational organization. We discovered that global teaming happens in a structure that differs from either traditional teams or networks. We call this structure a meta-team and organized our research around the question, how do meta-teams facilitate global work? We found that meta-team structures provide a space where temporary teamwork is coordinated with an ever-changing mix of collaborators. In these teams, a shared space of reference enables effective teaming through common mindsets and operational practices that are linked to a specific purpose, in this case, a client account. The shared space of reference reminds those who work in multiple teams of the specific priorities and behavioral expectations in a given meta-team. That way, multi-teamers can quickly adapt their behavior to each of the teams that they participate in. Under the meta-team umbrella, there are pockets of different multiple and parallel teaming activities that take place. Member stability, clarity, focus of attention, and boundedness change based on the nature and the needs of a given activity or task. These substructures, which are continuously emerging and divesting, contribute to different types of global work. Our study focuses on 3 types of teaming modes. The first is fluid teaming, which is characterized by unstable membership, dispersed attention, and unclear boundaries. The flexible and open nature of fluid teaming helps assemble knowledge gathered at global and local levels, which is needed to identify work opportunities. The second is viscous teaming, which has unclear membership and unclear boundaries. However, the attention of the collaborators is very focused, even if the team is not formalized. This structure allows collaborators to assess an opportunity that is in a cost-effective manner, because once opportunities are formalized, they become expensive very quickly. Tight teaming has a clearer boundary and somewhat stable and clear membership. The contributor's attention is strongly focused on formalized opportunities. These temporary pursuits require rigorous and detailed work, which increases the complexity problem-solving collaboration needs and makes this teaming mode more intense than others. We contribute to global work by showing how meta-teams can introduce both agility and alignment into large structured organizations. By providing flexibility between more stable organizational units, meta-teams enables coordination across the matrix. They provide the context and references necessary for members to shift into adapted collaboration modes quickly, a practice that is particularly important for contributors who work on multiple teams. We show that multiple and parallel pockets of teaming allow meta-teams to handle multiple and complex global tasks that require different dynamic team arrangements and do this simultaneously while ensuring coordinated communication. Managers rely on dynamic global teams to manage the need for flexibility in organizations and global resource management. However, little information provides insights on how to function effectively in such environments. Our findings provide answers to this end. For example, we propose that in dynamic global organizations, creating common mindsets and practices should be linked to specific meta-team purposes. This is more effective than creating and reinforcing team or organizational cultures. The idea of culture relates to a process merging over time and requires some degree of member identification. In contrast, the meta-team shared space of reference is much more operational, aligning mindset and practices with a particular purpose, which facilitates dynamic collaborative efforts without the need for a shared identity. This frame of reference also allows multi-team members to switch gears quickly and adapt as necessary as they move from one account to the next. In other words, shared space of references allow for dynamic collaborations in rapidly changing context and that team and organizational cultures do not. Finally, meta-teams allow for behavior complexity, or the diversity of behaviors that are needed to overcome the challenges of geography, national culture, fluidity, and multi-team participation that are found in today's global organizations.